This is the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast, brought to you by Cisco. Cisco is here to help set you up for success by delivering high-quality foods, products, and services for your restaurant. Recording live to digital from the NCF&B studios in downtown Raleigh. Join us as we lead you into the kitchen, inside the bottle, and into the minds of the food and beverage industry. And now, asking to use your biggest table to record this podcast, it's Max Trujillo and Matthew Weiss.
Hello, and thank you for listening to the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. I am your co-host, Max Trujillo.
And I am your co-host, Matthew Weiss. And it is almost upon us, Bubbles and Brats, a Shamtoberfest. And just to tantalize your taste buds a little bit, get you excited about what's being served, we invited our chef friends, Scott Franqueza of Hampton, Ben Hester of The Odd, and Luke Owens, who you heard on a recent podcast of Native Fine Diner and Julep Contemporary Kitchen out there in Greenville, North Carolina. Welcome, chefs.
Hey.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, we're spreading it around a little bit. It's fun. We're excited to head out there to the west side of the state for Bubbles and Brats. For everyone to remember, it is October 28th. It's coming up pretty soon, but it's technically not in Asheville. It's technically in Candler, which is like, for us Raleighans, it's like saying we're in Cary or something.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
I say Condler. But we got a local there. Let's start with Ben at The Odd, because you are center and focus straight in the heart of Asheville. You and I just met recently on a little recon mission that I had out there, and I got to see The Odd in all of its oddness. And that's not just a clever name. That's apropos of the ambiance there at The Odd. Ben, just welcome yourself to our airwaves, and maybe let everyone know a little bit about you and your spot.
Yeah, so I'm Ben Hester. Been at the auditorium now for 3 years in the kitchen. Cooked all over Asheville for a long minute. I'm coming out of Marion, Virginia, a small town in Virginia, in the Appalachian. Met my wife there. She was an Asheville native, going to culinary school here. She moved back down. I came and followed her. Her and her best friend bought this shitty punk bar, turned it into the auditorium. We've been there 10, 11 years now, and just living the dream, man. Went from mostly fine dining to doing what I love, cooking cheeseburgers, man. Cooking cheeseburgers and living the dream, dude.
Are you using tweezers, keeping that fine?
Oh, man. Side? I've hung the tweezers up, baby. I've hung the tweezers up.
Just real quick, when you say the auditorium, it's like welcoming to everybody, shapes, sizes, genders,
so
whatever.
So it's wide open, man. So it started out as mostly like a metal bar, but we just let the community tell us what it was going to be, and it just transformed. So we're a venue primarily. We're booked out every night but one this month. With like Mondays, we do Magic the Gathering and Smash Brother tournament. Tuesdays, the longest open mic stand-up comedy, and we got an open mic hip-hop after that. Wednesday was a metal show. We just had a Carnival of Chaos metal show that went from noon to 2 a.m. on Sunday. Every Saturday night's drag and go dancers. We got burlesque on Friday. We got a wedding coming in on Friday, flipping it out at 9 o'clock and doing a burlesque show.
Wait a minute. Were you reading the calendar at Hampton or at the auditorium?
Tiny, man. It's every night we stay doing something.
That's wild, man. And I love that, like, on a music venue spot, you guys lean into the food. Let's get into the food. As everybody knows, because everybody knows about it, Bubbles and Brats is the celebration of a pairing with sparkling wines or any bubbly beverage with tubed meats. So I know some chefs get scared and intimidated by tubed meats, and some are really excited like you guys. So what's going on, Ben? What's the dish that you're chefing up for this?
So we're working on a little thing with a little mountain oysters.
Okay.
Mountain oysters is a plan and a farce. We're going to put the balls in your sausage.
That's what I was going to say. I thought like a Rocky Mountain oyster kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Pig balls.
Yeah.
Hog nuts. Testicles.
Okay. This is going to be like Chevy Chase and Funny Farm. Do we have to
They got the nice creamy texture to them. Nice, not a whole lot of too strong flavor going on there. Beautiful to take some nice seasoning. So,
as
Okay.
someone that had a vasectomy in April, I got to tell you, too soon.
What it honestly, like, for somebody who hasn't tasted that recently, what does that taste like?
it's not a super strong flavor as far as offal goes. I would say it's more of a textural experience, and primarily people are like cut them into like fries and frying them.
Okay.
So it tastes like a fried, like a sweetbread ish,
Okay.
and whatever hot sauce you're dousing them with.
I would expect nothing less from you, Ben. I appreciate that.
All right.
Yeah, we'll bring the nuts.
Well, everybody, we're going to switch gears. Don't get the bends by coming up for air too fast by going out to Cashiers to High Hampton.
Yeah.
But Chef Scott Franqueza, like, how are you going to follow that, man?
Oh man, I personally am so pumped up now to experience that. That just sounds like I'm off in the next couple of days. I'm thinking like I need to go to Asheville and check this spot out because it just sounds man, it sounds awesome. I'm super excited to meet you now.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Hold on, Scott. First of all, I just want to say we had an episode in May of 22 where you guys wined and dined us, and we got the pleasure of bringing our wives out to High Hampton, to this just unbelievable resort out there in Cashiers. And you guys did not disappoint. You exceeded expectations. Let me just
fucking special.
It really is, Anthony. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
And
go ahead.
I just also the culinary experience, the atmosphere, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then you are so enthusiastic. Like when you came onto this project, Bubbles and Brats, we've had times where we've been down in the weeds and being like, oh man, this is frustrating, that frustrating. And then I'll get an email from you being like, yeah, man, I'm pumped. So I really appreciate your enthusiasm on this.
I'm a yes man. It's always how I've been. I think that's how it propels me. My name is Scott Franqueza. Thank you again for having me on the podcast our second time. I'm executive chef and culinary director at High Hampton in Cashiers, North Carolina. We are a upscale boutique luxury hotel with a fine dining atmosphere. I have not hung up the tweezers yet, but I like to marry the fun with the, refined. I've worked in a couple of 1 Michelin stars all the way up to 3 Michelin stars. And for my philosophy with food right now, I'm trying to find that happy marriage between the two. It doesn't have to be so fussy. It doesn't have to be so strict. I got a great team. We love having fun and we love cooking the food that we're doing.
Yeah, you got the relaxed spot too, where we ate lunch and you guys with the chicken sandwiches downstairs.
Yep.
Oh man, it was crazy.
So we have the dining room upstairs that serves breakfast and dinner, and that's more of your refined environment. But then we have the tavern downstairs. The tavern, we've got a Cuban sandwich right now. We've got pork belly croquettes, smoked trout dip, fried chicken sandwich, burgers, things like that. It's definitely more relaxed, family oriented. We've got plenty of football games on right now, and just beautiful scenery right now too. This couldn't be at a better time. October, leaves are totally changing right now. Yeah. The scenery is fantastic. So I'm super excited.
All right. So what have you been working on?
So right after I finish with Bubbles and Brats, I'm taking a quick week and a half trip to Ohio to go deer hunting. So I'm in full on hunter, full on game mode right now. Oh. So we're going to be doing a duck and fennel sausage with a house sauerkraut and house mustard. So it pretty tame compared to the pig nuts, but I think it's definitely still on theme for the season and what's going on. I used to love doing the sausage all the time. It definitely is a tavern-esque feel. It'll pair really well with some bubbles. That's for damn sure. And like I said, the fennel, I've been having a couple local farmers in the area. They've been growing fennel right now. So I just got with one of my sous chefs and I'm like, hey buddy, let's get a sauerkraut going right now. Let's get some fresh juniper, some fall spices tucked into that too. We love making our own mustards in-house. That's super fun. And then, duck. I love duck during the fall. Who doesn't love a good duck? So take those legs, debone them, fold in a little bit of the fat, grind them up. It's going to be awesome.
What's the type of casing looking like for that?
Oh, it's going to be hog casing. It's going to be big. I wanted it to be a big old guy. It's a brat. Can't be skinny. It's got to be big, meaty bastard.
That sounds awesome.
That's amazing. All right, let's keep passing it around. Let's pass this piece around the circle here, folks. And let's go out to Greenville, which I guess for these purposes, we'd probably be like consider Greenville like the east side of the state or all over, which is great. And Chef Lucas, you were recently on, you talked about all that you're doing. You spent a lot of time in Raleigh, but now you're finding yourself out there in ECU country. You just opened up Julep recently with it. Justin, what's life like out there?
It's going great, man. And I thank you guys for having me again. This is a cool little group we have, considering just quitting what I do and traveling around with Max and Matt to y'all's restaurants, because I'm like, man, this is sounding really amazing so far. But sounds Greenville's like great. Yeah, Greenville's great. And like you said, we're getting our gears moving with Justin up at Julep. I'm primarily at Native, the diner. So I'm bringing diner food to this event. So just quickly, Luke Owens, Greenville, North Carolina, Native Fine Diner, and Julep Contemporary Kitchen. We're going to be slinging some diner food and just outside of Asheville, wanting to do like a take on beans and weenies. So Ben, you bring the nuts, I'll bring the weenies, and we'll trade back and forth. But
sausage party.
Yeah. So speaking on the sausage, I'm gonna do. Scott, I thought it was cool you were doing fennel also with the duck. I'm gonna do fennel and charred onion. We're gonna grill the onion and the fennel on the yakitori and get some good like smoke charcoal-y type flavors in there. Grind that with the New Haruka pork, which is a pork product here in the eastern part of the state, near the Kinston area. I'm going to get some October beans, in quotes. That's what the guys at the farmer's market call them, the October beans, but they're like early fall beans or speckled beans coming between end of the summer and the first frost. It's prime time to get them. As you guys know, as Max and Matt probably know, we do a lot of fermentation, preservation, elongating the life of certain foods. So I have some summer tomatoes that we fermented. We lacto fermented those, and they're pretty funky and old, a good old. And we're going to make the sauce out of that with another fermented chili product that we have. So just getting those typical flavors of beans and weenies into this fennel and charred onion brat that we're going to make with this really great local pork product. So lots of ferments, a lot of funkiness going on. We'll cut the sausage down. It'll be a spooned dish, soupish. Big soup fan in the fall for sure.
It sounds like seasonally fresh, while also with the time that it takes to like the fermenting process. But it sounds like you're using so much fresh ingredient as well, which sounds delicious. All three of you guys are doing. I couldn't even imagine the directions that you were going in, and you're all going in such different directions. But I love this because it all connects to the idea of just pairing all of this beautiful sausage tubed meats with sparkling wine. I do want to give a shout out to Cisco, of course, because they are our title sponsor of the show and they are providing a lot of the product or taking care of us. Just pausing quick to talk about the freshness that they have. If you're in the food and beverage industry, I'm sure you already know that Cisco is the leader in global food service, bringing you the fresh food and the fresh ideas. As for fresh food, custom cuts of meats, beautiful produce, high quality seafood, plus local and regional specialties, truly everything you need for your thriving F&B service. And the fresh ideas, a network of culinary experts to consult on your unique business plan to enhance your menu, stay on top of trends, and get more efficient as you strategize with the best. Plus, they put all of this in your fingertips via Cisco Shop, an easy online ordering system for whatever you need and whenever you need it. You can reach Cisco's complete food service catalog and place quick and easy orders on the go with any device. Visit Sysco.com, that's SYSCO.com, to learn more about Cisco Shop and the other great ways Cisco can help grow your business to the way you would love it to be. Cisco, at the heart of food and service.
Yeah, we love those guys and couldn't do this event without them. And hopefully I know they're making it all easy and providing their food and service for you out there. We really appreciate your guys' time. For all of you out there, that's only 3 of the many dishes that will be out there. Again, Bubbles and Brats is on Saturday, October 28th. It's from 2 to 5. But if you feel very important, you can get a ticket to the VIP area hour for a little small upgrade and have the place basically to yourself. Also, the first 100 people get our signature glassware and lanyard that to hold it in. So it's our champagne glass with a Bubbles and Briskets and NCFB podcast logo. To get tickets, go to ncfbpodcast.com. They're right there on our homepage. What did I forget, Max?
Click the link in our show notes to go straight to it. You can also look at any of our social media. Follow us on Instagram at NCFB Pod, and you'll find all the links to not only to the to get tickets for Bubbles and Brats, but also previous episodes such as the Native Fine Diner with Luke, and go back to May for Scott Franqueza from May of 22 to hear about all the high Hampton stuff. And guess what, Ben? We're just going to have to throw you on this podcast for reals coming up soon.
Got you.
Yeah.
But gents, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you soon. Matt, what else you got?
Gents, I will just say thank you again. My taste buds are more than tantalized right now. I'm hungry. I'm gonna need to find a bratwurst somewhere. But for all of you out there, come to Bubbles and Brats. You will eat and drink extremely merrily.
Thanks for listening to the NCF&B podcast. And if you've stuck with us this long, review us on iTunes, and remember, 5 stars are encouraged.